From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your evening update.
Hey, good evening, folks. At risk of sounding repetitive for those of us who didn't join me at midday, want to remind you, we're falling back tonight. There was a lot of talk last year, are we going to change it? Are we going to get rid of it? Not this year. We're still falling back, so do that before bed. It's at 2 a.m., so it's going to go 2:59, 2. That's how it works, right? And if you don't get into this habit already, if you don't make this kind of a point to do, change your batteries and your smoke detectors, your carbon monoxide detectors, and your weather radios. All of those will keep you safe, and you want to keep those up to date, right? You don't want them to die on you, especially when you need them the most. And it's kind of good to do that, maybe twice a year or so. And what happens twice a year? Well, the clocks change, so I would put a pin in that as you do the clocks. Also kind of make that a part of your routine. That's what I do in my house. We've done that for years. Hey, never had an issue with that, so just something to consider there. But yeah, falling back tonight, worth considering some extra plans there, changing your batteries through tonight. All right, so evening forecast, really not much reason to complain here. We are cooling off down into the 50s and then 40s as you head deeper into the night, but that's what you expect for November, right? We pick up a little bit of cloud cover deeper into the night, but I'll tell you what, we're actually doing pretty good for this evening. Might just want to bring a light jacket if you have dinner plans, but besides that, I don't see really much reason to complain at all. And those cloud cover kind of patches start to move in deeper and deeper into tonight. So if you're out there at 1 a.m., I think you got bigger concerns than a little bit of cloud cover, right? There's that kind of patch of moisture moving east through the early hours of tomorrow morning. Then we have a really nice Sunday in store. I'm really not seeing much in the way of cloud cover at all. Wind back out of the north, so it's going to be dry. I like to call it chapstick weather. It's kind of the best way to put it if you're anything like myself. With lower 70s sticking around tomorrow, that warming trend will really make itself known tomorrow and the next day and the next day. We'll discuss that more in a few moments. But yeah, long story short, Sunday looking fantastic. The week ahead as a whole actually is looking pretty good too. This high pressure is doing us a lot of favors here. It does swing wind back out of the south, and that's also exacerbated by this system here pulling wind out of the south. So we've kind of got two factors there working in the favor of warming trend throughout the week. We get this warm, moist air here. You see these lines are getting closer and closer too. Those are called isobars, but I won't bore you with the weather lingo. Point is, the closer you see these together, the more windy it'll be. So it might be a little bit gusty as we head through the midweek as well with that sharp wind out of the south there, maybe 10, 15 miles an hour at times. For tonight, lower 40s is a decent bet. Check that out. Lots of consistency across southern Middle Tennessee. Only a couple degrees higher in northwestern Alabama. I hesitate to say warmer because we're still talking 40s. We'll say 46 in the Shoals, 51 out there in Waterloo's warmest temperature on the map. And again, I do say warmest, relatively speaking, of course. 46 out there in Tishomingo and Iuka out there in northeastern Mississippi for your low tonight. And then for tomorrow, yeah, you really don't get much better than this, especially in November. I'll take it, that's for sure. Thankfully, we're getting a warming trend and we're not seeing, severe weather chances in the week, right? So we're talking 71 in Mount Pleasant with partly cloudy to mostly clear conditions, especially deeper into the day. Cherokee in northwestern Alabama, 72. Going down to Morgan County in Falkville, there you go, 73 degrees with clear conditions and dry conditions for our Sunday. So yeah, really don't see much of a reason to complain over the next several days, at least if you're anything like myself and like going outside. But I'll tell you what, this drought is really continuing to expand. We need some rain out there. Hate to be a Debbie Downer, right? But I'm telling you, that drought definitely matters, and we need it. We're in a level 4 to 5 drought. That's an extreme drought across the Tennessee Valley. And we do see some shower chances possible with this frontal passage at the end of the week, but I'll tell you what, I really don't think that's going to do much for the drought, to be honest with you. Then we start cooling back down to more seasonable temperatures by the end of the week and into next weekend.